Hello students, welcome to online classes of Sri Mahavir International School, Kishangarh Renwar. I hope you all are well at your home. Today we will discuss about chapter number 3 of civics, that is parliamentary government and the union executive. And in this chapter we will discuss about why India has a parliamentary form of government, and second point we will discuss about the composition of the union legislature and the union executive, and third point that we will discuss in this chapter about the structure and functions of the Indian civil service. All these 3 points we will discuss in this chapter. And dear student, by the end of this chapter, you will able to understand about the method of operation of the federal system of government in India, and you will able to understand about the formation of the parliament and criteria of election of its different organs, and you will also understand about the power of the parliament in detail and about the actual process of lawmaking. All these things we will discuss in this chapter, and you also able to understand about the appointment powers and role of the president, prime minister and the council of ministers in the parliament, and the interlink between the three and how one cannot function without the other. All these things we will discuss in this chapter, and at last we will discuss about the working of the civil service and how they help in maintaining law and order in different sections of the administration. All these things we will discuss, and all these things you will able to understand by the end of this chapter. First we will discuss about why a parliamentary form of government. India is a republic, as we have discussed in previous class also. India is a republic and democratic country both, which means the head of the Indian Union is the president. It means India is a republic because the head of our country is president, and this member is elected by the candidate indirectly, in whom all the executive powers rest and in whose name it is the to be exercised. It means all the power and functions are carried by the name of president in our country. The president is the only a nominal or constitutional head of the executive. It means president is a nominal head. It means all the function and powers are done by prime minister, but name of the president, who act with the aid and advice of the real political executive, which is the council of minister. It means president work or function by the advice of prime minister and council of minister. It means the our head president is a nominal head. The ministers are collectively responsible to the popular house of the parliament. It means all the council of ministers are individually or collectively responsible for the Lok Sabha, that is popular house, and lower house also. Following the British pattern, the Constitution of India has adapted both at the union and the state level the parliamentary of government with ministerial responsibility resting with the popular house. It means we have adapted the parliamentary form of government from the British Constitution, and on both level, central level and state level. And about state level we have discussed in previous class. It means state legislature also have two houses named legislative assembly and legislative council. Similarly, central government or central executive also have two houses Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and all the functions are done by the Council of Ministers in both levels. If the government loses the support of the legislature, it has to resign. If government loses their support, then all the Council of Ministers, all the legislative will be resigned. The founding father of our constitution chose the parliamentary form of government as they had gained some experience of operating it under British rule and felt that it was advantageous to continue with establishing institutions. It means our constitution maker or the father of our constitution, our father of our constitution known as Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar or Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and all constitution makers realized that the parliamentary form of government is better, and he felt better when he studied about the British constitution. In a highly pluralistic society with a vast size like India, they believed that the parliamentary form was best suited to accommodate the various interests of the people of India. Now, union legislature or parliament. Now we will discuss about union legislature. State legislature we have discussed about in previous class or class 7. In this class we will discuss about central government and central legislature, that is known as parliament. The union legislature is known as the parliament. The parliament consists of president, council of state, that is known Rajya Sabha, and the house of the people, that is known Lok Sabha. It means the Indian parliament is made up of three bodies, that are president, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. The Rajya Sabha is also known as the upper house and the Lok Sabha as the lower house. It means Rajya Sabha known as upper house and Lok Sabha known as lower house. The members of both the houses are known as MPs or member of the parliament. It means all the member of parliament are known as the MPs, and the full form of MP, member of parliament. And when we have discussed in previous class, we have discussed that the member of legislative assembly are known MLAs and the members of legislative council are known as MLC. Similarly, the member of parliament are known as MPs. The parliament has to meet at least twice in a year. It means the session of the parliament is take place 2 times in a year. The constitution provides that there shall not be an interval more than 6 months between the two sessions of a house. It means when the meeting take place in parliament, there should not be gap between two meetings more than 6 months. Each session of parliament is summoned and closed by the president. It means the session of the parliament summoned, it means addressed and closed by president of our country. Now we will discuss about the two houses. First we will discuss about Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha or the lower house, we have discussed that Lok Sabha also known as lower house and Lok Sabha is also known as house of the people. The Lok Sabha or the lower house consists of representatives directly elected by the people on the basis of universal adult franchise. It means all the member of not all the member, their maximum member of Lok Sabha can be 552, but 550 members are elected directly by the citizen of India on the basis of universal adult franchise. And about universal adult franchise we have discussed in previous and in class 6 also. Universal adult franchise means all citizens have right to vote whose age completed 18 years. Even though it is called the lower house, it means Lok Sabha also known as lower house, it is more powerful because in it reside the will of the people. It means all the members are elected directly by the peoples. Now composition of Lok Sabha. Now we will discuss about the composition of Lok Sabha. The constitution prescribe a maximum of 550 directly elected member of the Lok Sabha. It means the maximum member can be in Lok Sabha are 552, but out of them 550 members are elected directly by the citizen of India, and out of these, it means out of 550, 530 members are chosen by direct election from the constitution in the states. It means 530 members are elected by directly by the citizen of states, and 20 members are the elected by the union territories. Not more than 20 representatives are chosen from the union territories. In addition, not more than 2 members of the Anglo-Indian community can be selected by the president in case he is of the opinion that the community is not adequately represented, and 2 members are nominated by the president who belong to the Anglo-Indian category to represent the Anglo-Indo category. Currently, there are 545 members in the Lok Sabha, but at present there are 545 members in Lok Sabha. Special provisions are made for reservation of seats of the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes, but the reservation also take place in the Lok Sabha seats for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Now, eligibility criteria to be a member of Lok Sabha means who can be a member of Lok Sabha. To become a member of Lok Sabha, a person must possess certain criteria which include first point, she or he must be a citizen of India. It means if any candidate want to be a member of Lok Sabha, then he or she must be a citizen of India. Second point, she or he must be at least 25 years old. It means he or she completed its age of 25 years. Next point, she or he must not be bankrupt or the mentally unsound. It means he or she should not be mentally disturbed or mad, and she or he must not hold any government job. All these are the eligibility criteria to be a member of Lok Sabha. Now, election. How does the Lok Sabha members election take place? People choose their representative through election. It means all citizens of India choose their representative in their constituencies directly by the voting. For the purpose of election, the territory is divided into areas. It means for the election purpose, all countries are divided into a small area that is known as constituencies. The constituencies are divided among the states and union territories on the basis of their population, and this division is take place on the basis of the population of the state and union territory. A candidate may represent a political party or be an independent, means non-party candidate, and the candidate that want to part in the election, he or she may be to belonging a political party and a independent candidate. Voting is done by secret ballot. Then after the voting take place, and the candidate with the highest number of votes become the representative of that constituency to the Lok Sabha, and the candidate that gets highest vote in the election, then he or she should be the representative of that area. The election to the Indian legislature are conducted by an independent body known as Election Commission of India, set up under the provision of the Constitution, and all the election of the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha both are conducted by a independent body. That provision are given in our constitution, that body known as Election Commission of India. Now, formation of government. How the government formed. A party which secures the majority of seats in the parliament is known as the ruling party. It means the party which get the more than 50% seats, that party will be the majority and the party form the ruling party. The parties in opposition to it are termed as opposition party, and the second party that will be the opposition party. They act as the check on the ruling party by questioning and debating the law and policies made by the government, and the main function of the opposition party is by the questioning and debating about the laws and policies that made by the ruling party. Now, the normal term of Lok Sabha is 5 years. When we will talk about the time period or term, the normal time period or term is 5 years. However, the president may dissolve the Lok Sabha before the expiry of its term if the ruling party loses its majority. But if the ruling party failed to majority, then the president can dissolve the Lok Sabha and the whole member of the Lok Sabha are resigned. During an emergency, the term of Lok Sabha can be extended by 1 year at a time, and when there will be the national emergency, then the Lok Sabha can be extended, but at a time there will be extension of 1 year. Now, presiding officer. Then who will be the presiding officer? The newly elected members elected from among themselves a presiding officer called the speaker. It means all members of the Lok Sabha elect a member out of them as a head, that known as speaker, and the speaker conduct the proceeding of the house and maintain law and order within the house, and the speaker is the head of the Lok Sabha, and the main function of the speaker is maintain order within the house. At the end of a debate, she or he may take a vote on the issue, and after the discussion and debate there will be the voting of any issue or any topic. She or he can exercise his or her own casting vote only in case of a tie, and if the voting will be the tie, then the speaker give their vote. A deputy speaker who carries out a proceeding of the house in the absence of the speaker is also elected. It means, like speaker, there will be a deputy speaker also, that also elected by the member of Lok Sabha out of them. When speaker will be absent, then the deputy speaker work as a speaker, and he also work like speaker. Now, next point, Rajya Sabha, that we will discuss in next video. Thank you and have a nice day.